Hello students, today we are going to continue the remaining figure of speech. In the previous video, I have explained you few figure of speech. Today we are going to continue the remaining. Let me begin with the hyperbole. Hyperbole, a figure of speech that uses an exaggerated or extravagant statement to create a strong emotional response. Now, hyperbole means it is one of the parts of speeches that uses an exaggerated or extravagant statement to create a strong emotional response. That means, I'll read the examples now. I have told you to clean your room 1,000,000 times. That means here to clean the room, it was not told 1,000,000 times, but this is this kind of a statement. This is a statement which was exaggerated, extravagant statement. Such statement is called as hyperbole. Second one, it was so cold, I saw polar bears wearing hats and jackets. So this statement, hyperbole, because it was told that polar bears wearing hats and jackets. It's not true. One more example. I am so hungry I could eat a horse. Is it possible to eat a horse? No. But this is a statement which stands as an hyperbole. Next is tautology. Now tautology means repetitive use of phrases. Here the phrases are repeated or words are repeated which have the similar meanings. I'll explain once again. Tautology means words or phrases are repeated which have a similar meanings. In simple word, it is expressing the same thing, an idea, or saying two or more times. For example, the evening sunset was beautiful. Now tautology here, evening and sunset, both meaning stands as the same. Second, I need a new hot water heater. Now hot water and heater, so both the meanings are same. Let me tell you one more example. The careful, there is lot of frozen ice on the road. Now frozen and ice, both are meaning same. So tautology means same thing, an idea, or saying two or more times. Let us move to one more figure of speech, that is synecdoche. It is a figure of speech which allows a part to stand for a whole or for a whole to stand as a part. Now, example, the phrase hired hands can be used to refer to workers. Now the phrase hire hands, it means workers. Now the word head can refer to counting cattle or people. Now bread, it represents food in general or money. Example, he is the breadwinner. Music is my bread and butter. Got it? This type of sentence, it is called as synecdoche. Now the word wheels refers to a vehicle. The word glasses refer to a eyewear. So synecdoche means is a figure of speech which allows a part to stand for a whole or for a whole to stand for a part. Next we'll go to euphemism. Now euphemism means here unpleasant things are told in a pleasant way. Simple language. Unpleasant statement is said in a pleasant way. For example, passed away instead of died. We say he is no more. No more means he is died. Dearly departed. Dearly departed. Departed. Now instead of using died, here we have used departed. Such kind of sentences is called as euphemism. One more example, negative patient outcome instead of died. Now for unpleasant things are told in pleasant way, that is called as euphemism. One more example I will quote. The man breath his last, that means died. The same sad demise, it is told in a pleasant way, that is called as euphemism. Next is climax. Climax means here words or series of ideas are arranged in ascending order. Ascending means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 10, like this way. For example, I have no rest, nor joy, nor peace. Okay. So when there won't be rest, when there is no peace, no joy, then no rest. One more example. He came, he saw, and he conquered. Dear students, just look at all the sentences. These are all arranged in ascending order. So that is called as climax. In the same way, the opposite of climax is called as anticlimax. Here the series of ideas are arranged in a decreasing importance, or we can say descending order. For example, the soldiers fights for a glory and a shilling day. Flowers, snail, shell and glass. She is a greater writer, a mother and a good humorist. So now these are the words, they are arranged in a descending order. Descending means 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, like this way. He lost his family, his car and his cell phone. Okay. Now here the last sentence you can understand very clearly. Now these are all the sentences which are arranged in a descending order, or you can say decreasing importance, that is called as anticlimax. Now what is this metonymy? It is a change of a name, and the object is designated by the name of something which is generally associated with it. For example, we say the bench for the judges. The crown stands for the king. Chair for the chairman. House, now we say these are the houses of the parliament. That means house for the parliament. Pen is mightier than the sword. That means here, pen means here writing. The word what you write with the help of a pen. So metonymy means change of a name and the object which is given, designated, which has given a particular name. Now bench is meant only for judges. So this is designated by the name of something which is generally associated with it. This is called as metonymy. Then comes the interrogation. Interrogation means asking of a question, not for the sake of getting answers, but to convey a point more effectively. Very simple. Who is here so base that would be a bondman? Am I brother's keeper? Why undertake a nasty deal? Interrogation means here no answering, not expecting any answers. It has to be understood. Okay. Such sentences are called as interrogation. Now dear students, so far we have completed as many as what you call the figure of speech. Now when you go for more practice, you will understand it clearly, but still you have to go through each and every definition and the questions very carefully. In the previous class also you have studied, and we are going to take more and more practice of this. For meantime, you can write all the definitions, all the examples, read it and understand it, and write down your doubts on side of the left side of the notebook. So when we come to school, we can discuss it. Thank you and have a nice day.